everyone, and welcome to Friday's writing lesson. Well done for all of your hard work that you've been doing this week. So today in writing, you're going to have a chance to produce your final newspaper report. So using all of the skills that we've been focusing on over the last 2 weeks to create your final piece. So today is really a chance to focus on things like your handwriting and your presentation to make it look really professional. And please send it in. Me and Miss Pearson are really looking forward to reading them.
Okay, so what we'd like you to think about first of all is thinking back to this example of the newspaper article and looking at the layout of it. So have a good look at it and just think about how it's laid out, which way round you would kind of read the text, and then I will put the answers up again for you in a moment. Okay, so hopefully you spotted that it's split into 2 columns. So there's one column here and one column here, and it has a picture underneath the headline and then a caption just briefly discussing what the picture shows. So this one says, pictured Neil Armstrong planting the American flag on the moon. Okay, and you've been provided with this layout today to help you set up your newspaper report. So you have the title of the newspaper there, and then this first box where your catchy headline would go, and a box here for a picture, and a box here for a caption. And all the other lines are for your amazing writing, which we can't wait to read. So if you'd like to, you can pause the video now and you can just get straight on with it. So use your plans, use all of your hard work from the last 2 weeks, and start putting together your final report. If you're still feeling a bit unsure, then I'm going to read through 2 more examples of newspaper reports, which might help you. So if you're feeling confident, then you can stop now and off you go. But if you'd like to just listen to 2 more examples, then you can carry on watching the video. Okay, so this is another example, and this is about a gorilla gardener with green fingers, as you can see from the headline here. Okay, so then it starts off by writing the events in order, so how they happened. People in Twinkleton have been surprised by a new gardener in town. The new gardener is a huge gorilla. The gorilla escaped from a local zoo in January, and since then he has been living in the local area and growing his own food. This was then when he realised that he had a talent for gardening. On Tuesday, the gorilla put up a poster to let people know about his gardening business. On Friday, Ali Smith asked the gorilla to weed his yard and plant some carrots. Mr. Smith said that the gorilla did a fantastic job. Yesterday, Kareem was playing in his garden when he spotted the gorilla gardener. I was scared at first, he said, but the gorilla was very kind and professional. It's a good use of some direct speech there, and it's got here those time words, so those fronted adverbials telling us when things happened. The gorilla's customers say he is very good at growing plants. He can work with flowers, trees and vegetables. He plans to open his own garden centre next year. And there's a couple of 5-6 words there as well, the word vegetable. And then we've got the picture and the caption underneath. So here's the picture. What's the picture showing us? It's showing us he started a business in Twinkleton. Okay, and then the last example for today is a slightly longer one, so hopefully you'll find this helpful if you want the extra support. Okay, and the final example that I found is about the Wicked Wolf. So I think it's from Red Riding Hood, based on that story. So again, we've got the name of the newspaper up here. The main heading is The Wicked Wolf Gets His Just Desserts. Yesterday afternoon, a young girl and her grandmother miraculously survived a run-in with a ravenous wolf. Little Red Riding Hood was visiting her grandmother's cottage in the forest when both were swallowed alive by the creature. However, luck was on their side, as a local woodcutter was on hand to cut them free. At approximately 1:15 p.m. on the 21st of February, witnesses claimed that they saw Miss Riding Hood, a young girl, aged 10, skip into the forest carrying a basket of cupcakes. So there's a good example there of using commas for a subordinate clause. The path from the village through the forest is a well-trodden route, used by everyone, from school children to village elders. Local resident Goldilocks, 12, of Porridge Drive, said, "I've used that path hundreds of times and it's always seemed perfectly safe." Mr. Hansel, 35, who runs the village orphanage, commented, "Of course, I warn the children not to approach any gingerbread houses, but avoid the woods entirely. Nonsense." So again, good use of direct speech there. Miss Riding Hood claims that she was nearly at her granny's cottage when she was approached by a wolf posing as a polite gentleman. She reports that the wolf acted kindly at first and even pointed out a shortcut to her granny's cottage. However, all was not as it seemed. Miss Riding Hood explained that from the moment she arrived at her granny's cottage, she could sense that something was not quite right. Once inside, Red Riding Hood found her granny in her nightgown, tucked up in bed, apparently ill. However, after a short bout of questioning, Red soon realised that the person to whom she was speaking was not her granny at all, but the wolf in disguise. Miss Riding Hood alleges that both she and her granny were gobbled whole by the cunning beast. "I found Granny alive, but very uncomfortable, inside the wolf's stomach," she told the Once Upon a Times. And again, there's another 5-6 word there. After 10 traumatic minutes inside the wolf, the pair were freed by an axe-wielding woodcutter. "As soon as I saw the wolf on the bed, I knew that something was wrong," stated the heroic woodcutter. You don't have to be a genius to work out where Granny and Red had ended up. He'd had the old lady for starters, and her granddaughter for the main course. Miss Riding Hood and her grandmother are now staying with Miss Riding Hood's mother in the village, where they are said to be recovering well. Meanwhile, Mayor Gretel has announced plans for an investigation into the cunning wolfish activity in Fairytale Forest. If she fails to act, could our beloved forest be lost forever? Okay, and I'm going to leave it there. So good luck with your home learning today. Please send these in. Me and Miss Pearson are really looking forward to seeing your final reports. So good luck. And if you need anything, you can always send us an email if you're unsure, if you want some extra help. But we're really looking forward to seeing them, so I'm sure you'll be great. Bye!